Provoked Expressions by Mikka, Simone Roll. Intention. Given definition. Objective. Definition of intention. An act or instance of determining mentally upon some action or result. Numerical correspondent. 1. Interpretation. That whisper that screams past the fog of the ego. The internal and unspoken reason for the steps overcome, leading to the staircase to come. Can you touch without the physical? Can you touch? Relinquish my mental vices. Can you touch? Touch me in places. I would appreciate that type of stimulation. I like that. That's why I allow it. My mind, body, and soul are in agreement. Could this be infatuation, or shall this be? Will this be? Indeed, this shall, and just because. Enemy sitting. In this fashion, we yearn for permanence, but subconsciously understand that change is inevitable. Misery is appetizing, and our only enemy will grow to be distant unity. This thought came to me like time travel in a sleepless night. I often question the moonless sky to adopt the unseen. How would the waves find their way? How would the most precious organ of orphans fortune a home, since that's where the heart is? On all my pillows is where my mind lives. In my slumber, wonder if this is when I am truly awake, awakening me with wisdom, the everglass of my overflow, believing in inner sight, and the vision believes in me. Which city, this city, that city, all cities, Sunshine City, as smart as they come, as early as they go. In this fashion, we all yearn for permanence, and I will always remember you, not holding on, but also not letting go. Your life altered the vigor in my life, and now I have grown to understand your role. I have grown to bestow. Hidden. Hidden messages in the obvious. Let's reach for the sky. Lighting matches. Playing with fireflies. I've been observing that you are not what I am used to. Then I sit back to get a look at what I am used to. The finer things in life I rather you get used to. You make me believe the make-believe in fairy tale. Something like a unicorn. The rainbow within the rain drizzle and smiles in my thunderstorms. I've been drinking, but my heart is always sober. Where's your conviction? Because I'm not convinced. I share a lot with myself, just a little to the left. I'd share a lot with you too, but my mind is a mess. My eyes be all over the place. It worsens with stress. I'm coming down now. The image is dizzy. However, I still feel the feels that brought me here. Shameless envelopes or lazy postmen. Is it that you are unable to see between my lines, or that you are unable to read me? If I were your best friend, laughter is fundamental. Balance is key. I forgive before I forget to. I have not been corrupt in that way. Hurting me only gives someone permission to hurt you. Luck revolves in that way. Hide me in translation so that the worthy will seek to find us. Your focus will always become blind if the momentary intention persists to be blinders. We can. I cannot change your lens in how you see the world. Even in my opinion, fix your point of view from my position. Your morals are loose, your ideas are screwed, or you are missing a few screws. Instead of telling you how bad you are with an attempt to reverse your physiology, I will in fact provoke question. Pledges of the oppressor, we all have become puppets to a master that no one has met. Part good, part choice, we need both peace. As pieces, we are commercials, rumors, cars, lights, cameras, gas, and water. I'm a slave to the thirst of my humanism, at all times wanting, tick-tock ticking, desires for what we do not have. To this I am not able to claim victim, part lie, my meaning soluble, as leaching ashes when the vision lying front leaves behind particles of dusty misfortunes. You don't do your taxes because you don't know how to answer their questions, huh? Can I get you to at least spell impossible? OBAMA. When sounded out, it may be heard as hope. Dependable on the eyes, listening as ears, but blinded by sight. Broke, veto, revoked. In this moment, I look for a synonym for inspire. All I could think of was resurrection. Do you know what your gift is? Don't take credit for scripture printed after leaving so much out. That's like retelling an argument but only giving yourself props, foreshadowing the insult spat from your mouth. To speak down on another, thumbs down to you. High-fiving the entire team, knowing that it is in fact yourself you've been playing for the entire game. Guarded. Introverted and conspicuous. For the lack of better, you are unknown to such, 'cause you cannot handle much. Step forth, blow angel dust, come long, fight on, temptation doesn't trust. I am elevated. Give me mental stability and I will give you respiration. Can you read me? When you read me, I want you to read my conversation. Mold your own perception, no need for mission statements. My problem is, I don't follow through. I start something, just a piece of something, then think of something other than nothing, then bend the rules. Contemplating, not myself I'm testing, life often imitates. Just know, if it's negative, I'm dodging you. Don't explain, because you were warned. I'd rather swim through the truth than to drown within lies. All rise. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Man, they all lied. Just one. I just want to touch you. To be so near, knowing what makes you tick, makes me never want to hurt you. I feel I can trust you. To love someone this definite has only been scripted within textbooks. Love more, fight less. I hope you're almost not mad, forgetting what upset you. Disbelieving that she teased you, I just wanted to edge you. Not push you to your limit now. I've missed the target that pleases you. Hey, you should get mad more often. The tension is worth cutting. Cutting to the chase of what makes you great. Of what makes me think it has simultaneously made me look forward. Rather made me anxious or made me crave you. I like it when I cannot put my finger on it. This makes the emotional untouchable. Kiss your thoughts to make them tangible. Now he ignores me. Knowing better to do better, that just changed the tone. Colored my zone sorta like a time change. An hour before now, it was another day. Kilohertz. Within the frequency I avoid hearing. Sorta like a dog whistle. If you flaunt your fears, what does that make you? Bravery is not be little, it's not be quick. If something is in your way, jump over it then. Climb mountain to see what's ahead of you. Not forgetting what you sat down behind you. This high is the best high. It's a spirit fly, 'cause my mind's lifted. It's a spirit fly 'cause my rhyme's different. 23254 kilohertz. I want even the animals to feel this one. We can make the world until the sun's done. That pun was redundant. What's in your cup? Duck, duck, goose, Mrs. Applebottom. Would you like to be cordial, or can you afford some problems? F with Mother Nature when she named all the woodchucks that would build your coffin. Live. Lives, liver, living, lively, live here. Living, life, liver, loving, lucrative, follow the L's. Dot the I's, cross my heart in faith will achieve. I told my spirit to pray so that when I forget, my soul doesn't wake me in my sleep. In a spiritual war, not one win. In a spiritual war, everyone sings of victories because that's what is hoped for, so we can go home. Not indulging in the experience, but we want to go home. The shooting doesn't stop until someone gets shot. When has the news told the stories of bystanding guiltlessness? Always the illogical reasoning for the beheading of, hear ye, step right up, says the town crier. Any victims? Victimized by invisible bullies? When the bully and the victim is yourself? I had a conversation with an Israeli gentleman, and he said to me, the government gives you what they think you should have. Don't you think you should have more? There was no more to say. Mended. It's truly those untimely freckles that make them all beautiful. All scars have their own growth story. How many layers they've gone through to get here. Don't forget thinking Master Sorrow would bring you to glory. How about we throw some money in the situation, boil it, stir it up, then make them share. We will then see which ones of us are truly philanthropic and who truly repairs. My breath stank. My heart aches, smoking hopelessness. Slumber in a homeless bed, I'm choking on my morals microchip. Right now, I feel like opening my chest to let my dreams fall out. Making more room to devour my prayers, I refuse to let this flame burn out. Our Father, holy be thy name. I feel like I'm on my last limb, but trees don't bend at the root. Don't track any mud in here. Wipe your boots off before you walk in here. If I'm the catalyst, where are the tools? I'm the constant in the situation, inconsistently situated. The struggle promised to teach me patience. Floating halfway open my eyelids. Waiting aimlessly, I've seen things you were supposed to, but you blinked. I've seen things you chose to ignore. See, yes, please, stop thinking you knew me. Ring my bell and wait for me to tell you I am not local. I do not want to be there. I ran here. I stood there. Now stand here. Take few steps, sit back, take deep breaths, too far, turn back, many options, eating at opportunities. I'm hungry. Hungry as the monster inside myself. Quote, I'm afraid that I am powerful beyond measure. Unquote. Compared only against thyself, afraid that creative natures may never birth my legacy. I'm afraid that even as you listen and or read me, you still have no understanding. I'm afraid that your perception, even though it is the art of seeing the way you choose, I figure interpretation to be inaccurate. I brushed my teeth, did a little cardio, then ate my emptiness. Just to stand on my knees, I was trained at home, so I have been taught. You may find your way today, then lose yourself tomorrow. But it is okay if you keep praying. Hat, de. Translated into look forward to tomorrow. Debut to debt, I've paid homage to my one and only debtor. It has been proven harder to do something when you ask for permission first. Just forgive me later. Dear pain, I won't chase you. How can I survive was my aphorism. Regret won't forgive anyone. Sincerely, Mikka. Nothing lost. Only because I root for you. Can you tell how often I've prayed for you? Were you there when I tried but failed before? If you did what you could, just know that plant was watered already. I look forward towards the days I will afford to give blessings. Instead, I've gotten broken glass and promised payments. Nothing has been lost when you started with hope. The epiphany of having nothing to lose. Give me your vote. Private nice. Just ask and do it nicely. We don't have to make it public, the thing about us kissing in private. Shh. Kiss me. If we do it right, we can prove why birds fly, how phoenix never die. Pain only lasts a little while. With little whiles, we can only hope for lifetimes. For lifetimes, we take naps in eternities. Disbelief is a malice dish. Meditate. Cross your heart, kiss your thumb to make a wish. You got it. And a dust on your chest is valid. Say my name, DJ Khaled. Say my name, Les Powden. You went astray. I didn't worry. No time, you may scurry. Opportunity, just tell me what you would like to do and we will do it. This is a private show. Your private toll. Shoeless. Impulsions hold hands with self-esteem. I'm ugly and you are far beyond my reach. He's Cambodian, which is just another word for Mother Africa. Climbing inside my priorities, I'm a mixture of both intuition and spirituality. Since grass stains accuse me of riding your fence, I command you to ghost ride your feelings. Hearing someone call your name but not seeing anyone there. Loving someone but not feeling they are there. Observing the little things. Portraits, grand ideas, innovation is built on the little things. Filling space with detailed little things. Written and not at all stint consciously. So I write in increments of many things. Water manipulation, bordering borders to push boundaries. Overrate my sympathy. Sympathize with my empathy. Explicate. I just said I acknowledge your situation however situated. Weeping with you mentally. I understand by picturing personal response equated with your seat. Walking miles into endless gravel roads, country track meets, barefoot. I have existed there. The sand is quite different here. We call it dirt. Shoeless. Impulsions hold hands with self-esteem. I'm ugly and you are far beyond my reach. He's Cambodian, which is just another word for Mother Africa. Climbing inside my priorities, I'm a mixture of both intuition and spirituality. Since grass stains accuse me of riding your fence, I command you to ghost ride your feelings. Hearing someone call your name but not seeing anyone there. Loving someone but not feeling they are there. Observing the little things. Portraits, grand ideas, innovation is built on the little things. Filling space with detailed little things. Written and not at all stint consciously. So I write in increments of many things. Water manipulation, bordering borders to push boundaries. Overrate my sympathy. Sympathize with my empathy. Explicate. I just said I acknowledge your situation however situated. Weeping with you mentally. I understand by picturing personal response equated with your seat. Walking miles into endless gravel roads, country track meets, barefoot. I have existed there. The sand is quite different here. We call it dirt. slain. A slaughterer of words. So for the lack of better yet seemingly pathological preparing for tongue battles, I hesitate to laugh because you even lack the perceptive belief your ums share in foreplay. In deciding to consider such plight, to suggest or to ignore, are your oral ulcers contagious? Omitting means to commit semi-suicide, shots not missing, blinks to see clearly. Thank God for grandmother's prayers. The heart of a real man teaches her how to love a real man or how to identify. There's the sun and there's the rain. If you allow fog to mine, you will get in your way. Then there is the time I remember our memories. There is the time I remember me tender, a tender me. Swinging round those roses, pockets full of history. We all sprung from ashes, and we all fall down. Life yelling timber. Do not fear scraping laps. Living in the past is looking over your shoulder the changes when you have climbed over the hill too late to see what backs. Manifestation. Given definition. Sign or token. Definition of manifestation. An event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something. Especially a theory or an abstract idea. Numerical correspondence. 11. Interpretation. To manifest would mean to me to reveal. To reveal oneself through work or expression, and that of what which claims purpose. Purpose is what brings us to life. Abbreviate. Abbreviations make statements that we cannot spell. That's a distraction, often an obsession. I'm guilty of drowning. The death of souls are always anciently present. YOLO. You only live once. Can we honestly give praise to now without acknowledging the fragility of life's present? And only if I let me. And only if I fear me. And only if I forget the motive. 5, 6, 7, 8. IDC, I don't care or I don't continue. Words serve as emotions' vehicle. We climb ladders to look down. And only if we fall. And only if we look down. And only can we appreciate each style. 1, 2, 3, 4. I.s.a.w, I love you, solemnly turning into I lost you. If we attempt to set our gaze on the top, in the moment that your heart stops, what will you be able to say for the breaths you've taken? Have you ever given or have you only taken? When prophets speak, them state, I know they are grateful, or am I mistaken? Shall we all allow judgment to judge for judging or spell out our abbreviations? Breathe. Breathe into me inspiration. Enlighten my creativity. I aim to succeed. Success is ideal security cloaked in aspiration. My intellect flies liberally. I wish I could view myself through the scope of my creator. Passionate of the purpose I was fashioned, I am my product. I am my revenue. When I have nothing, I still have my life. The issue is that I am unaware of what to do with my skill. Just recently, I became a communication major, mainly because I like to speak with all walks of life. Experience is the teacher. Experience is the mistake. Experience molds you. Experience holds you closer to what you know too dear, and dear, that conquers all. Faith travels. I'm jealous of our time difference. These emotions are intact, but it helps to know how well I may be tripping. I like it when you call back, letting me know communication isn't missing. I won't be gone long. This is just, see you later. Although it's been months now, as soon as we get the hang of things, time for me to leave again. Arguments are time wasted. We rather not waste it. You are not here. I'd rather lay there, holding hands while the moon sings. He funny looking, but he fine though. Come on, baby, let me kiss you with my eyes closed. I am not fiction nor fairy tale. I also stopped making acquaintance with wishing wells. Everything on my plate goes MIA. I was taught not to waste it. And if I didn't like it, I just act like I can't taste it. Such as the bitterness of my absence, the shallow fall of my tears to my surprise. I hope you see the superior depiction with enough faith to journey to the other side. Instead of me living in association to the image behind my eyes, I talk to myself, listening easy, not to interrupt the conversation of my spirit and my soul speaking. Honey, I'm home. I came to wreck your home. I am temptation inserting benevolent gestures of my own. Call me your mistress or your mister. Don't save my number in your phone because I don't want her to know. Yet he ought not know exactly in what way I make you, well, allow you to distinguish feels. When you are not with him or her, that at times he pretends, allow me to be your sin. That is, that I am so desired, uncontrollably near your humanity haunts you. I now ask the people amongst listening ears, would you rather cheat or be cheated on? Either way you chose and you've damaged one. My objectives were only to get what I want. My intentions were only to supplement your reality. Polygamy is historical. Sodom is biblical. You should do what your body tells you, justifying your advocates, yet listening intently as fate purposely whispers. Light. Devotion is the vessel, receptacle that flies toward the sun. This is for productions. This is for retains. Yet you have chosen to be tolerable to your insecurity. Maze. Maze, cornered, alone. It's cancerous to be rationally trapped. A warm breath can do anything. If I can hum, I can sing anything. If I am running, best believe I can climb anything. Honoring my scholars that did not attend their college but instead learned to eat to feed their needs, manifested from simple Nike desires. Last shall be first, and first shall be last. He with a PhD finished the race more quickly. On the other hand, he, the less fortunate, learned more along the way. Flexing his posture, his war was once a battle for you to chore, to make payment, maybe slanted into an annual task, to position, his lips draped across his pride. Men don't ask for direction because uncertainty has been stirred into a muster of brittle qualities. Fortitude is all we ask from you, for you to expel the antagonistic fragments of yourself, to sparge questionable opinions into precise manuscripts. But you are in a corner, and you are alone, and this is a maze. Mimic my mockery. I dwell in the depths of thee. I have my dagger and I will penetrate you. I have my mirror and I will see within you, future. Do you not see me in your stagnation? Do you not hear me when you are silent? I am not pleased. Now, unleash me, host, so that I can be seen. Unleash me this instant so that I may live on behalf of you. Signed, A Disappointed Dream. Off me. Just finish me, point blank. My life itches of rage, my nails confused. I feel lost. Try stabbing a knife, watch it repel energy. Inertia, was it worth it? The stamina-sustaining materialism promotes a generous amount of greed, confining a trigger finger, feeding a dyslexic nature by avoiding numbers, dedicated to the top portion of blame. Looking back, I should have graduated early. Tilt your head back, open your mouth, then swallow slowly. Compassion comes from understanding. Understanding sometimes the antithesis of personal experience. Proximity appropriated into proximity of circumstance. Insults cause me to chuckle. Your judgment makes me laugh. Coins flip over all the time. Always you will. It's a 50-50 chance, voiced into a 50-50 plan. 50-50 reasons to smile, the exact to frown. 50-50 reasons to stand on a word unspoken. Your word merited by the previous choice. Now pull the trigger to gain such focus. Settings. Sitting in certain settings, crossed legs, gritted teeth, you were not here when I needed you most. However, in your absence I have grown feet, and from them grew toes, adjusting me vertically with the growing of skin. Grounded, I greet, I frown, I pronounce, I write, I ask for forgiveness ahead of time. Rolex don't keep track if they don't tick. Rolling on rolling stone, snapback time. Tattooed are our frenemies. Tattooed teardrops are our embellishments. We have left what we felt to be too much to bear as a generation. As a generation, I noticed us opening our wounds, generating born freedoms, clearly scribbling on our scars to turn them into inspirational scratches. On my left quadrant, you can play with my cartoon dictionaries. On my left arm, Doc may find evidence of suicide attempts, attempting to preserve focus against all distractions. Randomized one-track minds, get it by any means. I'm not a punk, I show you what I mean. No entrees, full-course meals, no water, gimme please. Gimme got shot, your attention spans, gimme these. Some soda pop so I can pop, fill your plate but lick it clean. Eating all that your eyes feed, drinking all that your heart absorbs. The statement I should have is all that life grieves. Tell me how you are so godly, yet simultaneously godless. United we stand, in God we trust. I'll wait. You can explain. Now I ask, why allow the disposable to use you, to take the life of another? Those that are not here will remain nameless, for their afterlife to be painless. You get to live and eat, but your famished trigger finger snatched the life from my lungs. What is the difference between you and I when we both sleep and die with our eyes closed? I can't breathe knowing that you are knowingly wrong. Tell me, explain how it is that you do not surrender to surrender. Reveal the reason the merciful heart has left you. And to my entire race whom has copywritten and printed rebellion, whom are the boogeymen? Excellence? We are the root to every problem and every solution. I want to see kings and queens grow, not handcuffed, shackled, fumble to even flip for profit. I said I will let you explain, but before you speak, I'll tip you. Make sure that you're convincing, because for all I know, you could be hypocritically speaking. Hypocrites aren't allowed to speak in this room. I feel very passionate of that. Therefore, if any hypocrisy is detected, I will feel the need to take your life, for you to start it over. And when I'm done, do not applaud. The christened assassin provoked by the Quran accepted all 666 Catholic biblical lashings. Write it down. Write it down, take a picture, I don't give a. Write it down, snap the film, but don't give up. Then there was you in the mirror, darting back was the truth. I wish I had listened. How our thoughts can turn to actions in seconds. I meant to reference all our curses are truly blessing. Write it down, take a picture, I don't give a. This could be the end, but I doubt it. In the cold, my flame is blue, the hottest fire. The sun is my friend, and the untold truth, the true liar. Fear yourself so you fail to inspire. Lost files, tainted smiles, but we are still here. Write it down, wear your crown, conscious rise. Your war. Your war is over, your fight has ended. The life you once knew unremembered, abrasive yet nested and marked for death. The time has come to be shown what comes next. Historical. Given definition. Former, bygone. Definition of historical. Of or concerning history, concerning past events. Numerical correspondent, 0. Interpretation. The messages of time transcribed into lessons of will, plot, and gallantry, of whom known inside, present, and before. 16. Pop, pop. I hit the body 2 times. Pop, pop. Might as well keep shooting. I'm probably gonna get off. Pop, pop. This boy just fell out. Pop, pop. How do I put his light out? Pop, pop. I think I just broke a record. Pop, pop. Cat won't believe it. Is that a weapon? Pop, pop. Damn, where are his boys at? Pop, pop. Looking for another I can point this gun at. 16 stones, 16 shots, 16 stacks will get you 16 claps. If you clap back, we may have to handle that. If that shoe fits, then it must be fruition. If the time spent was only coincidence, they rather represent past due respects to our lost, stolen, or fallen lanterns. Apples. Eyewitness interests me as they sit while they wait others to do something. If you show, then you must prove something. I have 0 tolerance. People making changes but don't move anything. I have no problem showing you that I can do something sacrificial. When have you sacrificed yourself for the greatness of a good, for the betterment of a people? It is understood that I am simply ingredient of a bigger picture, just a molecular additive for the main dish, myself a piece used as a pawn by a greater power, my life saved, arranged, blueprinted, statuesque, edged by Jesus the carpenter himself. My long-lost brother pinned me into a corner, strapped me down using belts, spin me around 3 times and said, "Get out of it." If I wasn't made to do so, then mentally I would just run away from it. Around 3 times now. I'm dizzy. Why do you choose to do this to me? I'm your little sister. You're supposed to protect me. He was, in fact, protecting me. I just couldn't see it. He hadn't said a word, not knowing all alone it would help me in the long run. In the moment, just couldn't read it. Protecting me from myself, the thoughts that would haunt me, the demons that would whisper as serpents, presented with apples. Some would call this the birth of religion. Field song. Including commitment, knowing what we pay for. The unknown specifics, there is suffering sent to a believer's life so that there is molding. Our thanks come from triumphant tribulation, all units together. For good, for wreckages of better, who are your core? We shall unite. For this unity we will be known. That is forever. That is worth mentioning. Historical cotton field song. Just another Sarah J. With those hips like that, your melanin runs deeper than the surface within the trading of time for a worker's effort. Chain me to your reason, then sunk my soul. Your religion so misleading, then drink my gold. My royalties were my children. How dare you take from my child? Only peasants take advantage. Look what happened when you only came for the smallness of a while. These words are spoken from Mother Africa. Do not expect applause for a copycat. The properties of a fool. Just another Sarah J with your lips like that. This is the outline of a sovereign state of mind. The culture I know to cultivate is the nature of my identifiable smithereens amongst the knowledge for acknowledging difference within a multitude of ways for the way, something like Amora. That was a handsome name. Law. Paris est une des sources d'attaque. Please don't shoot me down. Paris is under attack. I am under attack. A power and a darling was taken. Now Newton will give it back. Lynch. That's Uncle Willie's son. He had his first lynching yesterday. That's Uncle Willie's mom. But he stopped calling her that when he found out he had the skin color of privilege, and the water of life that once showered him with grace was no longer needed. Not from her nigger body. His first lynching was preyed upon a well-preserved middle-aged gentleman. Circumstance? He is 65 but appears to be 40. Due to enlisted work and exercise and the everyday struggle of living to work for his life. This gentleman they called Ho was a free man, passing through to make his way to reach the Underground Railroad. He never say, but we all hopefuls know about the road that leads to the north. It's a process, and him making his way to the other side will now take longer. He resting for healing now. But if they find out he a runaway, he won't ever make it. Hope is a man that admires the simple things some people cannot explain, such as unconditional acts of courage. The big man tried to take me from me. Then Hope came and interrupted him. That's why they punish him. He didn't break for a long time, and then he did. And we watched. Unspoken. Flat-footed secrets cross-fitting their way into punishing hoodlums. In a different reality, they all could have been. They all would have lived, and directly in the path of their exact purpose, aligned with the idea of a sheltered life, with shallow tragedy. Well, then there again, life is based off decision. Deciding to be suicide bombers, deciding to be mothers, deciding to be a decision, a choice. Choose life to learn the lesson, defining beauty from your born perfection. Twinkle, twinkle, your little star. I do not wonder because I know where you are. You're inside the world so confused. We all long for a leader. That's why we look up to you. Worship the motherless child. Pray for the criminal. Abort, abort, aborting the doubt that haunts. The only power it has is that of which you give it. The only life you lead is in those of which you've lifted. Smile for the camera. 1, 2, 3. Instagram followers on fleek. Do you even know what fleek means? No. But did you watch my snap? Did you see me? Ignorance lives arrogantly, distracted by handshakes applauded with laughter. All mirrors reflect, but some of them are two-faced or two-way, allowing you to see your pawns and their insect-like following patterns. Within their genetic flaws, now you watch to observe behind the glass that no one thought to shatter. For the right money, I won't tell nobody. Encouragement. Given definition. Stimulate. Definition of encouragement. To inspire with courage, spirit, or hope. Numerical correspondent. 9. Interpretation. To give reason by applying influential pressure to the necessary triggers of onlookers, to provoke their desires that are in bed within. Art. Like a never-ending story of endless possibilities, because she is possibly the only thing in memory. She like a priceless piece, abstract meditation which is transcribed into our physical world. Sometimes it gets hard to say hello. At times it gets hard to ask questions when the answers you don't want to know. I miss the route navigated through Appreciation Road, taking notice, reviving my posture to appreciate my steps. Leaving no stone unturned, I'm going to use each grain of gift that God gave me. For God so giveth, God so taketh away. Therefore, if time was taken to create, wrap, and present me, I must unravel, polish, and pedestal. My horse is not high because it kneels. My heart beats so very strong, however, fear is dedicated. I'm too loyal to defeat. The hearsay upon my heels, comforting my second thoughts, are theological methods of mass destruction. I will not yield. Doty. There is a dopeness in the disguise of a boy. There is wind in a stationary yet wall-less pit. This is frustration. There was once wolves amongst the living. He sits at the liberty of his video gaming, remembering to use cheat codes. The puff of his past doesn't stand one chance. This is what future will tell his anger. And the lion in him will not ever cease to roar. I see you because I understand you. To play second to the first child, you'll always be my thing too. The boogie monsters I check for are not there unless you convince them to be. Your fears become real when the energy you have granted, the shakiness in your voice, when the humiliation appears edible. We applaud you in public. We applaud you in private. Do not shame your ability to prevail through your light. Judgment is misunderstood because it too is privileged. A dysfunctional yet unwilling hormone reflected from the perception of truth. The truth belongs to you. Own that intuition. Why hide from it? Wanna fight? Your fight is my fight. I care that much to strangle your disobedience. Wanna fight? No fist fight. I fight you here with my glove. I fight you with this love. I'd rather see you travel your greatest direction. I would admire witnessing you create you. I will not leave your stone improper. In a cold war. In a cold war, this isn't liberty. In a cold war, this isn't honorable. I woke up in isolation, barely alive, nonetheless barely racing. In a cold war, I would let you shoot me. I know I deserve more. I'm just tired of proving. Intermission. No games, no lies, all reels, all mirrors. Asking for pennies in exchange for my thoughts, mostly because as an artist, I expose myself only to relinquish the muzzle of fright. There was only change and inspiration. No pity will you find here. Let's take it to Def Jam or even let Timber hear, so my brave new voice can make your ears bleed. I want to unravel you, acapella the deaf, then cello your heartstrings. Redirecting moral compasses, I sacrifice so that you can see clearer. AccuView this oasis, creative genius, my alias. We are all creators, thanking grace. Praise our creator. Born again in 94, been leading since. Consent to my consciousness. I eat to breathe every word of this. Tasteless chocolate, that's natural cocoa. You googling cocoa, shout out to your new folk. Quote, unquote, no discrimination, no liquid, all antique, all reflective. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That was the intermission. Love lust. Waiting for love to lust for me, to only later fade. Meanwhile, whelped in my prayers, even within exhaustion, I remain patient. Lily ladies changing diapers, faulted by such untrusted role models. I wish I could have met you and watched you sleep. I love you more than life, yet could not bear you outlive amongst the mundaneness of my own breath. I still long for the fun of the memories as they come, instead of worrying of where the daddy would be with his support and if he'll come. God, please witness my selfless humility. I should not have, but I did. I swear I was careful, I was infrequent, scheduling the penetration, the intercourse of my admiration towards desire, from the insertion to condom placement. I feel lied to. Now, but never really apologizing for my ovarian constipation, such pro-choice statistics and fabricated information. Bottom line is, you could have lived. However, as a mother, she decided you didn't have to. Your sun will shine upon the days to come, per the weatherman. If there was no weather, I still believe in higher than. Here there is treachery, but forever lives beyond the sky. My easel easily imitates influence of all types. One, for example, is emotive stability. This idea cannot be obtained, for it is a fantasy to control the sentiment or its neurons. To speak of the heart's neurons are to imply the brain is somewhat involved. Yes, Frank, this is true. Neither of the two can be placed inside of a box. The box does not exist. To imagine holding reins made of the left and right ventricles is an illusion of power, since in this state-minded, cerebellum allows us to be in control of not controlling anything. Translation, you have fallen victim to an untouchable reality. Touch my reality. Rate me, myself, and I of our clarity. Realistically speaking, said something I had not. Say something realistic, murmur my name in the midst of asking me to whisper my opinion. Therefore, I willed my yells in order to create. Music only known to she, cries known to her, prayers known to him, pleas known to thee, and only scratch-offs known to me, because this is chance. Revised, rewrote, and retread written statements, learned a hard way, leaned into knowledge. What's existent to you is practically developed by the consistency of being honest. Feel it. It is in fact measured next to the things we cannot see, hoped, in rumination for, faithful, responsibility, kisses to my grief, as if almost touching, as if sometimes fighting, kisses to my grief, as if almost touching, as if sometimes fighting, while always creating, making space for changes, relapsing mental states. Sit still and just say, thank you. For the things that you do not see, for the imaginations that include you, the entities that touch you without leaving trace. I dare you to run behind in an ambitious race. That word spelled failure, I don't know it. That must be fear's friend, the sweat. Don't ever show it. Once upon. This feels like a story that fairies tell. If this were a movie, plot me deceptive if you shall. Hallucinate me to be villain or mistress, dramatic towards the peak of the rising fold, 'cause I think we can only get better at loving to learn each another, growing apart to run concerning each other. Potential. I have done wrong. I have seen bad. Am I evil? I have been deceived. I have voted. Am I people? I have fought. I have been molested. Am I victim? I have been caressed. I have given. Am I written? I have received. I have spread. Am I whore? I have chosen. I have shattered. Am I girl? I have stolen. I have listened. Am I puppet? I have secrets. I have iniquities. Am I homosexual? I have written. I have read. Am I slave? I have beaten. I have bragged. Am I man? I have hid. I have mumbled. Am I fear? I have voiced. I have challenged. Am I devil? I have sung. I have played. Am I child? I have sat. I have growled. Am I tame? I have hunger. I have thirst. Am I living? I have fallen. I have obeyed. Am I angel? I have kissed. I have told. Am I love? I have opinions. I have dreams. Am I you? There is you. There is me. There is we. There is good. There is bad. There is potential. Provisions. Let me provide yours beautiful, faultless in each essence of the word. I shall aspire to benefit your energy, to encourage all enthusiasm, caressing your questions, to preserve those inhibitions as the magician mimics royalty with golden effects. Advisory. I recommend you halt the chase of yourself in a circle. She hopes you remember your bedtime memories come morning. He hopes to enjoy his subsequent life while snoring. We go, we grow, we've grown through possessions. That ailment was only discovered after the cure. There is a cure. The wave of luck was the mediator in my course of action. The meditation of satisfaction. What would happen to greed if royalty hid thyself in the presence of compassion? Uneven trade, unlikely share, unmastered arithmetic. I visited a reference for a recommendation. Not once did the reference utter the words, I recommend you. Advisory. I recommend you halt the chase of yourself in a circle. She hopes you remember your bedtime memories come morning. He hopes to enjoy his subsequent life while snoring. We go, we grow, we've grown through possessions. That ailment was only discovered after the cure. There is a cure. The wave of luck was the mediator in my course of action. The meditation of satisfaction. What would happen to greed if royalty hid thyself in the presence of compassion? Uneven trade, unlikely share, unmastered arithmetic. I visited a reference for a recommendation. Not once did the reference utter the words, I recommend you. Vigilant Flyer. My vigilance comes seldom to none. I wish I knew my smile. I wish I could feel my lungs expand. I sense her crumble. I hear in tones of mercy. I need it for the diction within your speech to caress my ears. Hearing eyes do not lie. They sense what the other senses lack. They bridge gaps in time, allowing all clocks to play catch-up. Pressing rewind on memories, pausing. I still don't know why you choose to eat chicken with ketchup. You are my friend, my enemy. I can be honest and say that I am afraid of who you chose to be previously, as well as who and what you ignore. Whom is your confidant? You know what? Just shut up, ship out, stay seated. You are more. Give me more. You have what you need, even if you don't acquire what you ask for. Falling short, you've strummed apart your interlude. Accompanying ambitious whores is not laudable. You and my father sing the same song. So as he steps out, God steps in. As you jump out, he jumps in. Those victories you claim are vain. Since you cheated, you only have one. Credibility, you have none. If I had cares to give, I may in fact let you have one. Shame to say, in our days, honesty has been requested, not tattooed into our characters. Lies have been contoured into reality. Just ask television. If I uproot you, I may find a barrier, a lack of communication, an array of errors. I am not perfect, so don't ask me to be. I am you inside of you. I am grief. I am miscellaneous thought. I am me. I am kindly harsh to stupidity. I am untamed. I am a constant heartbeat. I dare you to request a title. I dare you ask me my name. Finding it hard, trying to sell me, sell my gifts that give. I am obviously mysterious. You think I'm weak? Try me. Cut off my wings and I'll fly with my knees. Wanted. You wanted a challenge. Let us seize it. Let us be our light in our temple. Patience and virtue will last the ages. You wanted to fly, jump so high, landed in air, stuck between here and there. Pick out a star. Never mind if it's far. I want you to desire beyond your reach. This embeds ambition, a lesson poverty teached. Why red rose? Why is the red rose lone? On the other side of the pillow, we all look forward to dying, giving us something to run from. Understood that yesterday was a privilege. Today is under construct, but tomorrow is my enemy because he treats me like a stranger and I've already fallen in love with him. It, the idea, unaware if it'll come through when I really want it to. I have an issue with my issues. Don't say anything, just eat that for a second. I wish we could all just walk around naked, then maybe the judge of judgment wouldn't be so judgmental. 'Cause mentally people hold you accountable for the vision of their own that they want you to obtain. Based on moral pits, remarkable how mourning gathers tears, but anger won't allow them to fall. How hollow are your clips if and only if you weren't holding guns at all. My bullets aim at your son. Verbatim, my bullets aim at your son, the one that rises and sets, trailing upon your hindside. In public, you want everyone to see you are a good father, rocking his only pair of J's that you just got him yesterday, sporting his PS3 game. Sooner or later, the attempt to be like you will have become tiresome, since behind closed doors you keep him in your blind side. As of this shallow characteristic, you have more shoes than the years in his lifetime. Why is the red rose lone? Why must we have fatherless daughters to accompany our fatherless sons? He's hungry, so feed him knowledge. Why must he nibble on leftover attention? This is for all men. I hope that you were listening. Womanhood. Given definition. Womb. Definition of womanhood. The distinguishing characteristic or qualities of a woman or of womankind. Numerical correspondent. 2. Interpretation. The coming into a divine feminine of the infant, the child, the kid, the girl, the adolescent, and the lady. The growth will humble you. The woman must blossom through. My mother's words. Womanhood is based off of your own experiences, the strength and fight for unwavering ambition, and unimaginable love, she says. All the above plus the beauty multiplied by grace and wisdom. Agape. Soon after fighting is no longer an option. I have come to you as natural as the wind, as abundant as accidental smiles. I'll be there. I am here to clothe you, then bathe you, in order to permit you. I am. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the movement of air I aim to fix. I am the blood in your veins, the passion and protection. There is no confusion between me and the brain. I always win, even if your mind thinks the thoughts presented were ones of thine own. You can challenge me, you can fight, but I will not retaliate, because the virtue within your heartstrings are the ultimate battle strategy. Waiting patiently is my plan A and B, the epitome of you. I am strength and weakness. I play with fire. I am lover and enemy. Let's just call me the gift given while simultaneously received. Who is selfless without thee? There'd be a subtraction of life as a whole without me. I am reason for inhalation. I am reason for speaking consciously with hesitation so that my diction does not penetrate pits of harmful curiosities. There was a day when I did not hold your hand. There was a time when I was not present in your life. In this moment, I want to thank creation for creating so that I can be spread. I can be scattered. I am contagious. I'll be there. I am here to clothe you in serenity, then bathe you in mercy in order to permit you forgiveness. I am love. beat. I gave birth to a blood clot today. On the commode she bore her first breath. I would have fished for those missing pieces, but long before now that innocence swam away. She didn't know and he didn't bother. I'd rather not investigate than to be halted for knowing. First hat to the first person wondering about my wandering, if that was whom remarked. Damages. Psychological damages are the ones we can't run from. Emotional wounds are the ones that find us standing in the hallway, limped over or on our knees, praying for favored shoulders to lean on. Lean on me. When you're not strong, to be honest, I've always been my friend. There isn't a human in this world that can lead me to believe the otherwise. Otherwise, we may become the concubines. Patience, my child. Growth is the butterfly. Indignant metamorphosis affected by the cerebral butterfly. Damsel. This is a distress call. What does it mean when women cut their hair? It means she has grown to love herself and not the image of self. Shakes head, more than her hair, more than your stare. Within life she has fought demise and deceit. This woman once was cheated, therefore uncontrollably cheating herself. It's great to hear a pause every once in the sudden. I love you not. She crawled, then she began to walk. Sooner than later, learning to run. One day she discovered a climb, and that day she hiked so high. Let us keep teaching one another. Let us keep learning one another. As women, we must bear their regrets. As women, we must bear all weakness. My womanhood is glorified. Your womanhood is disrespected, yet honorable. Infatuation of our assets. We must bear judgment. We must bear stares. Appraise. Don't judge a book by its cover. Unprinted, revised, unpublished. Rub my eyes with handkerchief notes. Light my lid up. He trying to get tatted. He got something under his sleeve. Lotion burns from beating his meat. Uncooked processed beef tenderloins. Maggots are nasty, unclean things. I haven't read the whole book, but I can base my opinion of a couple pages. You telling me to know me is to read a summary, title it chapters, to listen to the opinions of many puppet figure minions, minutes miss, hiccup a summary. Thanks for marketing my prophecy into hieroglyphs. Reason to turn the page, reason to turn your head, reason to read between the creases. Drunk a segment of a hippie bottle, then woke up asking, whose room is this? Egg. My umbilical has been cut to measure this lifespan. I like to pull myself into an abyss of knowledge. Come laugh with me. Play. For one idle freedom, choose to be meek. Once you manifest a personal culling, you will live longer. Writing these words makes you stronger. Honesty makes you open. He jokes and throws darts out of spite. Love is not reciprocated. Look at all it has done. Through communicating by breathing inward towards a natural language. Picking daisy petals to count a speckled chance. I taste it. Blistered taste on your lips. You are hurting. In your eyes, you don't want me close. Listening to your heartbeat, but I attempt to ignore the rhythm. Lost to find myself protecting me because you are protecting you. As blessing as you have been, I know I must let go of you. The skin you are in balances me. However, that's enough about my feelings. I call you Ra because of your tone. The sun god they call to. The riches of your skin compel my gaze, which is something I want to hold on to. I want to kiss you, but my pride won't let me. I blame my pride because that's the piece of me that won't allow me to be vulnerable. Physically, I can hold your hand, but not for too long. Fear of the capture. Wrapped is something that you love and then something that you want. We have what we have because that's what we have. There is more to come after the happily ever after. Imperfect. Imperfections create character. Perfectly created. A perfect response to eliminate doubt from thee. Incentive whispers into intent. Now, are you insinuating that my attention has lost your consent because my perfect ain't your perfect and my perfect don't add up? My perfect ain't your perfect and my perfect don't pay up. Organized chaos, I say organized mess of structure. All caps. I see your every move because the news has been hindering this for years. Those babies shed tears, their eyes bleed fear. Her soul is a gift from your Allah. Bad luck as a blessing in disguise. Graced with mercy, since your end came a long time ago from now, your spirit soars, using fly dust created from the plethora of hearts grounded in faith and not warped within cupidity. Perfect is presented to the senses, mentioned to pianist's fingertips. The hands grasp ideas to bring them to life. My mind sells them no price, tagged as transactions of emotional transference, transparent to the signal of the flood. In a perfect world, you would not fear those inferior to you. You reign superior. You are the supreme entrance of supremacy. Standing in comparison, as compared, there is no comparison, because to compare you to those, I must lower your relevance. Your contact is saved as an emoji. As my flame, you ignite my element. Between the two, I see your endeavors. When you sit silently in thought, I see you stare at them. You are a part of me, my perfectly missing piece, the other half of my heartbeat, the drums of my band, the rhythmic in my feet, the infinity in my scarf. I think I can, I know I did, because I already did it. I was sent as a vessel, and you all the witness. Innocent object. Even his prostate had an accent. I sensed from him musty venality. Myself and his plot had both been thickened, reeking of adolescence, the taste so vile, unveiling vengeance. I tucked my teeth behind my lips, I kept secrets, not to mumble, not to speak, not to mouth a word, and most of all, to forget what I had heard. Like no other, the silence held me closer, unsure of who to tell or how to tell it. Question is deciding, did I want anyone to know? Did I want such story to be explained through me? Healing, yet suckling lonesomeness. There was once the day I saw him see me. I noticed this. I noticed he saw me, but I didn't notice him staring. That in that moment I became an objective. Through me he would reach his epitome. With my innocence he believed he could be cleansed. The lust in such visions painted me flirtatious. A flirtatious vibe. How does a child possess a flirtatious vibe? Enemy of my own mind, I made sure that I stayed quiet, self-blaming and careful not even to spell it, making sure my writings left no traces. I was the objective. Just met. Welcome. Wipe your feet off. We've been together a year, but I just met you. I may be feeling you, but I vowed not to stress you. Oh, look, here comes exchange. The moment has me intrigued. You haven't told me what's up. I think I know what you are thinking. This must be my first error, because it is more simple than perceived. Give it up to those emotions that want to hold me under understanding. For love after lust, you must have forever patience. Pseudo-specific waterfalls. Us or the demo cloud at the foggiest part of my cortex. Pseudo-Pacific waterfalls. Allowing myself to implode, hope destroys me in a positive way. I know I just lost you, but in turn the heavens hope that I find me. Truth is, I know nothing. I trust no one. Life does this to you. Meanwhile, a perfectly structured human being is being born, however faulty, in our crevices. The parts that need the most altering are the ones that claim to be neat, when beneath missing links open for soft spots and the blemishes within become seen. Always a desperate heart, begging other desperate hearts to complete the sequence. Lady lost me. Lady lost me in the street. She left me there when I asked her a question. I compared her to the things I saw, to the pain once known. I adore you, she said. How dare you use me against you today? I felt a chill. A chill washed over my crown. Did you know I would be watching? Did you attempt to intervene? I believe in you. How dare you have doubt in me? She spoke. Spoken in energetic whispers, so that only my internal ears can hear. Words of the last breath in her distant lungs. Here I stand. I stand hearing myself naked, empty with confusion, whose glass was poured, dripping half full. I miss you at night. When I am asleep, kissing speechless, I miss you in the day, sunny but not as bright. Lady left me in the street, leaving alone the curiosity, thoroughly mesmerized by your smile, forever at your mercy. Near your heart's doorstep, I have got some making up to do. I need you when I want you. I want you when you no longer need me. Therefore, I am the selfish, since you've taught me to live amongst the selfless. I ask the goddess to give you back to me, and I will not ever hurt you. Refusal to bring thee harm is my oath. I could rehabilitate my breathing, pushing so that you will pull. I hadn't realized you were traveling too far until I helped you pack those bags full of stuff you won't need, the same things I need for you to leave, so that I know you are coming back. If only I were enough reason, your innocence, you would say you left that. Push. This is not an abortion poem, but you should have left me on the sheets. Just saying. As if the antidote is located in the antonyms, you smoke fags. Ha, ha, how not funny, but my LOL makes it so. Set play and push. Rolling on the floor laughing, I'm getting out of control, huh? I'm running, you say. Shoulder shrugs, I get quiet, dignity is silent, and I do not want to cut you with my tongue. We're being young now. No worries now, stripes on my shirt, horse and man on my chest now. Set play and push. On the record, all 90s babies are addicted to love. This here is inherited because it seemed like my mama was ready, and it wasn't the summertime, but she was so hot, plus the burden of her curiosity was so heavy. I can smell your perfume Step into my bedroom. Let me love you constantly. Oh, boom, bop, boom. And there I was, and here I am. There he was then again. Push. He left and spared no apologies. Temporary forever. Any tangible temporary forever foretells the availability of mistake. This means you will choose to lust for me whenever, then adore my presence when convenient. I move my hair so that you can see me clearly, all that I am, acknowledging my passion to fall victim to this charm. Such often misconstrues my messages. I believe I can fly. I like to think that I can sing. No shame in the game. There are none of those hesitations within my signals. I meant to flirt with you. Just see where it would go. To see if you would engage, but mostly to view the dimple that only appears when you smile slightly harder than the usual. The type that allows me to count all your teeth. I don't mean to tease. I would like to see how your lights operate underneath. The teacher. The way you live reflecting what you love. In my reflection, I see her, so she is how I love. Mother said, do as I say and not as I does. You're doing it right. There are times when you sit back, think that once before you had done it incorrectly. I'm proud of the woman you want to be, the woman you were, the states of mind you visited, the values you instilled in me. I want you to know that I forgive you. I want to make you proud, of course. I am the sunshine for your raining face, tears uttered in regret. I have the power to cast as forsaken. Your heart has once before been shifted. That was not the feeling of it breaking. Don't let me hear you say that again. Our home was never broken. Symbolically unfolded, seeds planted, building notions, notating the evidence of survival. Take Motrin, spit on your wounds to heal the pain. Plainly planted, watering every bit of admiration, sneeze into investment. Such emotions have been invested. Does your dignity bend where your knees do? Thank you for teaching me the meaning of I love you. White rose. Fingernails painted white. 6 steps before adolescence, I was told to sit upright, remain ladylike, and be nice. This is your home. Here, I will train you to control the emotions that have and will exert you, to be mindful of the company that is kept in your presence. Speak after you have assessed your word, the thought premature but spoken. Where is obedience? I should not hear your voice, but instead see your voiceless remaining strong. Remain open, fight for what you believe in. Your fist is not needed. Grasping for the intent of my attention, temper tantrum, tears early on, gender role suit confusion. For the absence of why my features hinder me from climbing trees, chasing cars, other than just because. The confusion leading nowhere, designer rolls on my thumb to impress myself. Impressions of the impressionable in the descending color of blankness, just a canvas shade, now specified for design. Woo. I'm addicted to your shyness. I call you my highness. Being a black woman is a privilege, it's a blessing, and it's righteous. Brow and glory. I'm here to tell our stories. Our hair reaches for better. Honing one's internal power is true wealth. No one will know unless you own it. Feminism folded, residing in milligram measurement, using intuition as an immortal exfoliant. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. I'm addicted to your shyness. I call you my highness. Being a black woman is a privilege, it's a blessing, and it's righteous. May peace come to those that give upon you, acknowledging the power and secrecy of forbidden fruit. Can you stop talking and just sing with me? I'd rather walk amongst the many few and the few plenty. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Zulu sent me. Queen Zulu sent me to thank you for bowing your head when the English teacher of the 7th grade, who just so happened to be the same individual who once stopped you as you were en route to Mrs. Frizzle's school bus, reciting you the tale of how to treat the naps in your hair. But when she passed you in the hallway, you bowed your head. As if to find anything on the floor, you bowed your head in shame when she passed you in the hallway. Queen would have written a note, but she insisted it was urgent. And I would remember to sincerely thank you for putting your head down in class when the subject of slavery was brought to attention. What a time to be alive to fight your fellow queen. Not over land or to be at war for change, but for jealousy and not being aware of the power within uniting. Queen Zulu sends her deepest regards that our parents and their parents have not taught us the true meaning of loyalty, to be coded with such divine respectful understanding, and to demonstrate such to all that come upon you, and to conquer all obstacles known to man or spirit. She says she is sorry. Memory fades in the escort of education, remembering enough to test, at the least to pass, the suffering of conditioning, conditioned to suffer. Where is our sovereignty? To form a new life is to not live in loving memory. I said it is not to live in loving memory. Those lies were truly fiction and Pictionary. We are not both wrong on what it appears to be. We both work so hard to be more and better than thee, to be measured to this kettle, you see. Queen Zulu sent her apologies. She has taken heed to each and every one of our misanthropic ways of being. She too has bowed her head in shame, sitting upon such an immortal throne. The wars she once wavered still could not cover the cost for our fallen to be reprimanded into golden token chances. After dividing as many avenues, here stand the probable dealings of witchery, the likelihood of August giving birth to September. The month to come would not plot to bury our thanks. In her death, Queen Zulu wanted one thing. We must not forget. They must know their worth. You must give them back their name. That chin of yours facing the floor has two options: to make friends with shame or to withstand the weight of your crown. The price of your royalty has been and shall be paid in blood. Inner sight. Given definition. See insight. Definition of insight. 1. The power or act of seeing into a situation. Penetration. 2. The act or result of apprehending the inner nature of things or of seeing intuitively. Numerical correspondent. 6. Interpretation. The ability to look amongst and within oneself to assess honed abilities, experience, and values, to review clearly the potential for abundance beyond. Better view. A fight that you fight for, sacrifice, decide, and nurture. Encourage, hell, lose your disguise for. but ultimately ease your worries. While amending your view, you fall into the trap of attachment. Crossing paths with vulnerability, you expose your expectation to become raven in the message you intend to send. But timing is a piece of everything. Forces such as force energy is a waste, she says. Will you love me when I can't love myself? I ask. Can you look at life through my eyes before you take those steps? He asks. I'll be the first to say that I want a love that feels like a competition of who's going to make the other fall in love first. He doesn't know how to handle her, but she isn't to be handled in any manner. Yet no one can teach him this but his king within. In my mind, I like this just enough to submit and let this twinkling adore me. But on the other hand, I could alter my feelings, altering such ego and fall back to see if he'll catch. Wait to see if he lets me drift or if he'll fetch. Will he allow his pride to get in the way to later regret? It's often when you don't feel yourself slipping, then you know. I don't want to spend a dime if it's not invested, and that includes time if you understand me. There's sleight of hand. Here's my question. What do you do when you're empty and can't breathe? I imagine the same answer to be the same things you do when you are speechless and fail to see. This is possible because you cannot see with your eyes alone. If you attempt to, you will miss the bigger picture. Vividly questioning the grand scheme of things to find your niches, to find your socket. A lifetime is the sunshine in my pocket. Borrow glass. Ruined as that shattered glass, yet as whimsical as the entity imaginative. Grounded, even when balance has tilted, digging into that know-how, heaving its way to the surface. Borrowed. I wanted you to give what you had taken. When trust betrays you, must you scurry, opposed to fleeing towards the voyage of confrontations? For the absence of why, these moments aren't glorified, yet you chant strangers' names. You only wait for him because you want him to feel loved. Only honoring you because that's better than chasing prospect. Give me forbearance and give me motive. The mirror now has many different reflections. I wait to heed for myself self. Find me. I am pure and compact. I hold your thoughts in my smoke, mostly used for dental or and talking. I am under if you are sleeping. In the know. It enlightens me how my humanity melts my faith, breaking my ankles all to bind me to the ground. Benders bending, I must cry exfoliating tears. I must strike change within myself to see change around me. These feet will not grip the same. My calves constrict lightly. Cramps muffle. This incandescence of my inner voice attempts to inform me that we, me, I, us, she, this is not on the table. Weakened spirits don't travel, minding the mania. Without a compass surrounded by the sea of dreams, script this all. Between the voice in my head or the one I accidentally created, somehow it has enlightened me, showed me some do-good, provoked my transition. That's how I know what I know now. Misplaced pieces. Placed in different spaces because they are not where I laid them. No longer located where I placed them. Stem my cell into lupus. I saw Lou, he was pissed. He hit, then missed. Missed me with the stupid. It's not about what happened if you cannot prove it. Shots fired, but no one obeys the name of the bullet. Could have been gamma. I felt my heart beat a little louder today. I felt space slow down for me. I felt my glimpse hit slow motion to comprehend. I see thee. I see you see me. Keep blinking. Keep thinking. That energy prevails, not just because you seem puzzled. Rather be. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Who said you were safer? I'd rather be safe than sorry. Who said you were safe? Who said you were safer? I gathered the factors. Who said you were safer being sorry? Seed. Such a childhood scribbled across my memories, chasing my imagination with bird songs. From a nap I created feathered dreams, singing twaddle-dee, twiddle-dee-dum. Who said a soul could not fly without a nexus? Who decided the mocking of that bird would sit on the sun? The same gesture that grasped power from passion, sprinkled with fictional truth. Wait. Listen to. Wait. Act to. Wait. Because if I half told you, I'd profess I half showed you. If I halfway acknowledged the moment within the day that I planted a seed of purposeful chemistry. Yahweh, Yahweh, help me, that I may inspire those around me. The error. The error is settling. Sitting down whenever artistic, I meant to mention the meekness of my meekly kneeled corner. In my head, the thoughts of unforgiving recollections rumble. I should, but you would have thought I was insane. By the silence of my speech, you failed to hear my lungs expand. Held here, a continuous smile without any reputable faintness, which wreaks havoc upon melted hibiscus. I have budged in my repetition only to gain the attention of non-believers. It's funny to watch my thoughts think, amazing to see my fingers write. Am I crazy? Is my motive a question? Have you tasted uncertainty? Can you view humility? Shh. Stop talking to me. Misconstrued truths are always lies if I was allowed to believe. Misconstrued truths are always considerate, simply so that the doubt of the benefit is selflessly given. Patience is earned over time. Life is learned over time. Therefore, my sadness, my pain, my hurt, all divided by time, will sum up to be wisdom. My visions are equivalent to my mission. My dreams dream about me when I am awake. My unsung songs sing of my victories. There is no maybe. There are no possibles. I rather focus on the will and will nots. How strong is your will if the effort you will not? Thinking cap. Sculpting my thinker, memoirs of belief, evidence of being here. Karma mentioned the cards you deal are indeed the cards you receive. Conceptual metaphors defaulted by systematic emotion, guided vibes, eating energy. Congratulations to my gratitude for allowing my attitude to approach woe with the necessary verb. Waking. I woke up apologetic. While our egos are territorial, this is mine, a child would state, sleeping next to satisfaction, stuffed teddy protection, shaking hands with doubt, meanwhile shaking the complexities of optimism, more than I want to. I graze you less than I want to. I retreat within myself, opposed to the option to fight, being that I've lost before, recoiling reasonably to survive amongst the slither of serpent-like secrets, orally contradicting, visually misleading. I saw you, heard you. Uncertainty of the heart feels like tug-o-war. This is the battle of harvest until spring blooms. Inner sight. Given definition. See insight. Definition of insight. 1. The power or act of seeing into a situation. Penetration. 2. The act or result of apprehending the inner nature of things or of seeing intuitively. Numerical correspondent. 6. Interpretation.